Hi everyone, in this lecture we're going to learn about monocot and dicot seed. What is monocot seed? Mono means single, cotyledon, cot means cotyledon. So the plants which have a single cotyledon, those are called as monocot. Uh, those are called as monocots. Okay. Whereas in case of dicots, di means two, and cot means cotyledon. So the seed possesses two cotyledons. That is why it is called as dicot seed. Okay. Let's study the structure of monocot seed first. So monocot seed has a outermost layer called as seed coat. It is also called as testa, and inner to that testa there is a one more layer called as tegmen. So testa and tegmen together form the seed coat. Next to the this is endosperm. Endosperm has the nutritive function, so it provides nutrient to the developing embryo. This is embryo, this is endosperm. One more thing is you have to remember is endosperm has a proteinaceous layer that is called as allurone layer. Okay, this will be asked in the examinations, so you should remember this term. Allurone layer means it is a protein layer which surrounds the endosperm. Okay, so let's study how does this embryo looks like, or what are the structures present in the embryo. uh, so if you divide the embryo with let's imagine this is a embryonal axis. So this portion is called as a plumule, and plumule, it gives rise to shoot and leaves, stem and leaves, so together it is called a shoot. Okay, and the protective layer which covers this plumule is called as coleoptile, and as I mentioned, monocots possess single cotyledons. So scutellum is a shield shape cotyledon that is present in the monocot seeds. Okay, so the region above the embryonal axis it is called as epiphysis, and the region below the embryonal axis it is called as hypophysis. So this portion is called as hypophysis, and this portion is called as epiphysis. uh, in the hypophysis region you can see the radical like structure, and this gives rise to roots. Okay, and the one which covers the radical is called as coleorhiza. It is also a protective layer which covers the radical so that it can easily give rise to roots. Okay, what are the examples of the monocot seeds? All the poaceae members are the examples of the monocot seeds. Okay, for example, rice, maize, or corn, wheat. Okay, please let me know if I am going very fast, or if you want me to, deliver lecture slowly. Please let me know in the comment box section. Okay, let's study the structure of the dicot seed. So this is how it looks like. This is a dicot seed. It has hilum, micropyle, and the seed coat. The seed coat, it is the outermost protective covering layer which is present in the both monocot as well as in the dicot seeds, and it is called as testa. Testa has testa and tegmen together, they forms the seed coat. Okay, and what is hilum? It connects the seed to the fruit. Okay, so it connects to seeds to the fruit. You next is this is a micropyle region. It is a opening, as we have studied in the pollination process, wherein it helps in the it helps in direction of the pollen tube towards the egg cell. Okay, so it helps in the pollen tube formation also. So whereas in case of dicot seed, it helps in transporting oxygen and water to the developing embryo. Okay, so next let's see how If you cut down, if you cut open this dicot seed, you can see this is a epicotyle. As I already mentioned, the region above the embryonal axis, it is called as epicotyle, and this is hypocotyle, and this is radical, and it gives rise to roots, and this is a seed coat, and you can see there are two cotyledons here, whereas here only one cotyledon in case of monocots, and shield shaped cotyledon is called as scutellum. Okay, so this terminology you should remember. Whereas in case of dicots, only there are two cotyledons. The main function of cotyledons is to store the food as well as the nutrients. Okay, radical gives rise to roots, and so below the embryonal axis, it is called as hypocotyl, and this gives rise to root-like structure called as roots. Okay, the radical gives rise to roots, and radical is present near the hypocotyl. So epicotyle, this portion is called as plumule. Okay, and it gives rise to shoot consisting of stem and leaves. Okay, so that's it about the dicot seed. And one more thing I forgot to mention is this portion is called as an endosperm. Okay, so this is plumule. Okay, and this is radical, and this is endosperm. You know the function of endosperm. It provides nutrition to the developing embryo. So that's it, friends. And what are the examples of what are the examples of a dicot seed? uh, if anyone asks, means you should know that. So beans, grams, seeds, and peas are some of the examples of the dicot seed. Basically you can quote any examples of legumes, okay, for dicots, whereas for monocots you can quote any examples of poaceae members. Okay. Here you can make out wait a minute. See this slide, you can make out clearly. This is embryo. Okay, and these are the two leaves, and it is called as a plumule, and uh, epicotyle is the from the epicotyle only the plumule structure produced, and from the plumule seed sorry, stem and leaves are produced. This you should know. Okay, and this is hypocotyle. So below the embryonal axis, the portion is called as hypocotyle, which gives rise to radical and roots. Okay, and these two are cotyledons, which stores the food. Okay, endosperm is also present inside this cotyledon only, so it helps in the storage of the food. The covering is called as the seed coat, and this is a monocot seed. I have taken the example of the corn. You can clearly make out this is a endosperm and this is an embryo, and this is, I've already explained this one, that this is called as a single shield shape cotyledon is called as, is there in case of monocots, and seed coat consisting of the testa and tegmen together they constitute the seed coat. So this finishes the uh, structure of monocot and dicot seed. Let's see the differences between monocot and monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Okay, so monocots, they have the single cotyledon, whereas the dicots have two cotyledons. Leaves have parallel veins. You can see these straight lines, they are called as parallel lines, whereas here you can see the branched veins. One line is again branched into another line, so that is why that kind of thing you can see in case of dicots. Whereas in case of stem, scattered vascular bundles are present. It means that vascular bundles are not arranged in a specific shape or manner, they are just scattered. You can see clearly in the picture, they are scattered. So here you can see the vascular bundles are in the form of ring. Okay, in case of dicots. In case of monocots, roots, fibrous roots are present. You can see it means that there is a single root point. Okay, from a single root point, different roots are arises. Okay, that is, and it will be very bunchy in nature. So in monocots you can see these kind of fibrous roots, whereas in case of dicots you can see this is a main main root, and from that there are different lateral roots arises. Okay, so the roots are branched. In case of dicots you can see there are roots are again branched into lateral roots, and there is no single root point or the origin. Okay, single origin it is not there. From this you can see here you can see clearly in case of monocots there is single root point, from which a different from that single point only roots arises, whereas in case of dicots it is not the case. We can see the lateral branches of roots as well. Okay, coming on to the flowers, flower parts are in the multiples of threes. Okay, whereas in case of dicots it is in multiples of 4 or 5. So these are some of the examples of monocot and dicot plants. Wheat, maize, onion, grass are the examples of the monocot seed, whereas papaya and bee, tomato, sunflower, mango, rose, and goa, all these are the examples of the dicot plants. Okay, so let's try to solve some of the multiple choice questions regard to monocot and dicot seeds. I think you can go through all these questions and try to solve it by yourself. If you have any doubts in solving, then please go carefully, and then please listen to the lecture carefully. If doubts are not clear, then please message me in the comment box section. So these are some of the questions that I have listed for you people. So please you can try to solve by yourself. Okay. This you should remember. Scutellum is shield shape. Okay. Sometimes it may ask in the examinations. Okay. So what is the function of alluron layer? It produces enzymes during the germination process. So I have mentioned in the lecture that it is a proteinaceous layer which is present in the which is present which surrounds the endosperm. Okay, so you know the function of endosperm, it helps in the germination process. So what does this alluron layer do is it produces enzymes during the germination process. So it also has a important role in the germination of seedlings. Okay, so the sheets are called as coleoptile and coleorhiza. The protective sheets, I've already mentioned this in lecture. So the protective sheet which covers the plumule is called as a coleoptile, and the sheet which covers the radicle, that is called as coleorhiza. See, this is some this is one of the interesting question. You can try to solve this one. Okay, maize grain is considered as fruit. uh, why? Because seed coat is fused with the fruit wall, that is why maize is considered as a fruit. Okay, I have already explained you, because I don't want you people to get confused with this kind of question. So I've explained. So if the students can able to solve by themselves, means it is well and good. That's it, friends. In this so there are 21 questions that I've listed. So if you have any doubts regarding the lecture, please let me know. And if you like the lecture, please don't forget to like this like button, and please subscribe to my channel. I'll meet you in the next lecture. Take care. Bye bye.